So hi Kim, it's nice to meet with you again after our initial interview. I'm going to share my insights from researching an HRIS solution for some challenges that you are facing. I'm going to present on the solution that I found, which is a benefit administration system. Let's first talk about where we are at right now with Aurora Flight Sciences, or AFS. We have one benefit division, which is led by you, Kim, our benefit and wellness manager. All corporate and local benefit and wellness activities fall under you, and then we have site HR business partners for the other 3 locations, which handle the local benefit and wellness activities at each of those locations. Within the last 3 years, the benefit administration process went from a very manual paperwork-based process to utilizing our HRIS ADP Workforce Now for enrollment and reporting and benefit processing. While talking to you during our interview, you talked about the great features of ADP in terms of benefit administration, but also some areas that ADP is seriously lacking. This current state on the left shows where we are at as a company right now, with 3 pain points under 2 very major areas of the benefit division. So the first one is the benefit enrollment for employee is lacking. There's an option right now to over-enroll in HSA and FSA accounts. ADP is not sophisticated enough to know that the employee can't enroll that much in that. So that is a huge pain point that you are still dealing with. There's no comparison of benefit plans, so the employee is left making that decision all on their own and doing that research on their own. And the employee can't enroll in all of our benefits in ADP. They are left to go to some vendors outside of ADP, such as our 401k vendor. Then there's the benefit administration for the manager, you, and the HR business partners. There's very little reporting capabilities. This includes ACA reporting and some other compliance reporting that's super important. The benefit administration is a very time-consuming process, including the process to approve benefits enrollments. You have some outstanding tasks that aren't really necessary, but ADP is not sophisticated enough to know that you don't need to approve every single benefit change. And we have some carrier connections finally for some benefits, but not all, and that's something that's also seriously lacking. So, what could the future state look like, and how do we get there? Through my research, I found that we could get to a better future state with the help of a benefit administration system. This boutique HRIS purpose is to bring effective and efficient benefit administration. My research of the impact a benefit administration system can have on a company brought me to a journal titled Anecdotes of Employee Benefit Level Satisfaction, which stated, the variable most highly related to benefit level satisfaction was benefit administration measured as communication of benefits and responsiveness to employee inputs. Thus, employers may be able to boost benefit level satisfaction by increasing communication and improving responsiveness to employee needs without an increase in the level or types of benefits provided. The benefit administration system can provide consistent communication with employees, which leads to greater employee engagement, which is exactly what we want, and this leads to benefit level satisfaction, which is also what we want. The system would be a one-stop shop for all things benefits and wellness. This would be a great option, a great system to use to make sure all of our employees are aware of all things that are going on in terms of benefits and wellness. And there's an automation of time-consuming administration processes. So, the solution to bring AFS to a more sophisticated and efficient future state would be benefit focus. Through researching benefit administration systems, benefit focus kept coming up as a top contender. For the purposes of this presentation, I would like to present benefit focus as an option in order to showcase all that a benefit administration system can bring. However, in a future state, I will talk about implementation steps that will need to occur, which will include researching other vendors to ensure benefit focus is who we would like to go with. So I'm going to use Benefit Focus as an example, not as our final solution. So why Benefit Focus? Through my research, I found the following positive qualities about Benefit Focus that could be related to many other benefit administration systems. So first, Benefit Focus is a cloud-based platform. This is ideal, and this is definitely what we want in a vendor. Having it cloud-based means that all of our employees through all the different sites and remote workers, they all have access to the same information at the same time. So this is ideal, and they can access it anywhere on their mobile phone. They can always have that information. So anytime they're at a doctor and they just want to quickly look up what benefit they have, they can do that right away. Rather than ADP, it's not that simple. Benefit Focus builds a smarter benefits offering, proactively control costs, and engage and empower employees. That was pulled directly from their website. They offer ACA reporting and COBRA. They also offer billing and call center support, all things that ADP does not. They have the ability to pull important insights such as workforce trends, effective plan design, and vendor impact with real-time claims, data, and reporting. We do not have sophisticated analytics such as this, and while we don't need it right now, as the future progresses, we have so much data on hand, we should be using this when looking at plan renewals and looking at what benefits we should truly offer our employees. Benefit Focus has 170,000 employers that already use this platform and 23 million consumers. Some customers are American Eagle Outfitters and Hard Rock. They also offer many educational videos and resources for employees. This would be truly helpful in employees trying to decide what plan they want to go under. So I wanted to show you some views of this platform just to get an idea of what the system could bring for us. This is an example of the employer view that a typical HR admin would see. This is much more advanced than the ADP system that we are used to. We can clearly see, just by looking at this page, what percentage complete our open enrollment is at, how many employees need to be approved, and can quickly navigate to data and reporting. This would be in 3 completely different sections in ADP, but when we go into this system, it's all right there. This is an example of what the employee would see. So on the left is the desktop view, and this is showing them during an enrollment of subtype, either open enrollment or new hire enrollment. This is asking them, hey, let's go through what you use healthcare for to better give them the option of what plan they use, which is something we really wanted. On the right-hand side is the mobile view. So when they open up their app or the website, it brings them right to what benefits they have. This is super simple. Again, not something ADP does. So we talked earlier about the left-hand side of the current state, and now let's discuss what the future state could look like in terms of benefit administration and what the benefit administration system could do. This is where I think the company could go and should go, and what the solution would bring. So in terms of benefit enrollment, it's much more sophisticated now. The system can calculate enrollment option for the HSA and FSA. There's a full comparison of benefit plans like we just saw. They can look at exactly what they use healthcare for. And all benefits are in one system for enrollment. For benefit administration, it's much more efficient. There's productive compliance reporting and advanced analytics, something that we cannot get with ADP. There's very little approval processing. I think we saw on that previous page there was 7 tasks to approve. In comparison, I think you're at 300 during open enrollment. And carrier connections for all benefits. I did do some research, and they do have relationships with some of our vendors, but as we look at different systems, that will be something we hope to make sure there can be a connection. In many of these benefit administration systems understand the need for carrier connections, and they are more willing to work with us than ADP would be. I do want to talk about some limitations of a benefit administration system and benefit focus. there's always limitations to every implementation, and it would be not great to not talk about the limitations. So first, I talked about a quote that said it would enhance our employee engagement. This system will not fix our employee engagement, and that's something we want to make sure we state out. The cost and implementation and maintenance of a new system is something that is not to just skate over, and it's truly not just one bullet point. It will be quite a bit of money, and I'll go over that in the next slide, to implement this system. And there would be a ton of maintenance of a new system. We might even have to hire another headcount to help with that on the HRIS team. And this system would have to interface with ADP, our HRIS, and the IT of each benefit vendor. So right now, ADP is our HRIS, so it kind of is all together, so this would add another layer. I still think, even after all these limitations, that a benefit administration system is the way to go. So let's talk about next steps. I did want to just show you some estimated costs that I found for year one. Again, these are rough estimates. For example, we don't know what the one-time implementation fee for Benefit Focus would be, but as you can see, it would be about $160,000 for year one, which is a lot of money, but pretty typical for implementing an HRIS. So the next steps in order to move forward with implementation, we would first need to present this solution to the other key stakeholders. I've identified these key stakeholders as the HRIS manager, the business systems analyst, and the VP of HR. If these key stakeholders agree that we should move forward with this system and further into our implementation project, then we would need to define the project team. I already went through thinking through this, and I think it would be led by HRIS, and then you would be the key benefit individual. So your role in this would truly be to be the benefit guru. You know what the processes are, you know what you need. So you would be part of this every step of the way, and that is a workload consideration for you. Then we would need to have IT part of every single step, and so that's where the business systems analyst would come in as part of the project team. Once the project team was defined, then we would start to document current processes. After documenting current processes, we know what goals we want to have outlined and the timeline we'd want, and then we'd evaluate vendors off of those goals. So that's kind of what we're looking for in the next steps if we do want to move forward with this. But the very first thing would be get leadership approval. So thank you for your time, Kim, and I hope that we can find this solution is valuable and we can work together to bring more efficiency to your job. And these are some resources that I used. Thank you.